how to change the filters in your bottleless water cooler. Hopefully this tutorial will help you to change the filters in most bottleless water coolers that use specifically these type of filters. Okay, before we get started, you're going to need a few supplies. You'll need a bucket. You'll need a towel or paper towels to put into the bottom of your cooler just to keep everything clean and dry. You'll need your new filters, of course. You'll need service tubing, which we will use later to flush the filters. A marker to put a date on your new filters. And if you have these standard fittings, you will need something like a screwdriver or a dull knife, something that you can use to pry these fittings off of the filters. If you have these no tool fittings, you do not need this tool. All right, before we get started, you should just make note that the filters all have arrows on them, designating the direction of water flow. When you change the filters, just make sure you put the new filters in with the arrows pointing in the same direction that your old filters were pointing in. All right, first we will turn off the water to your water cooler. Next, we will drain about a cup of water out of the faucet of the water cooler. This will release the pressure off of the fittings, off of the filters, so that you will be able to remove these fittings. I like to start with the top fittings first. I do this so that I can put a cap on them, and while I'm removing the filter, I don't have water come out of the bottom of the filter. It's just a little bit cleaner. So let's start with this first fitting here. To remove this, you'll see there's a little ring here. You want to get your tool below that little ring and push up. You might have to go around a little bit if it's tight, but that will eventually pop off of the filter. I like to take my new filter, and there are these little caps on the new filters. I like to put the cap on top, push it down. This, like I said, is going to hold the water into the filter while you remove the bottom fitting. Once you've done that, remove the bottom fitting, remove this filter, and put this in your sink, your bucket, wherever you're gonna keep it. Put your new filter in, and remember, put the arrows facing the same direction as the filter that came out. Reattach this fitting. Reattach this fitting. Do exactly the same with the next filter. In this case, the arrows are pointing upward. So the arrows of the new filter are going to be pointing upward. Reattach your fitting here, attach your fitting here, move on to the next, and so on. This water cooler happens to have 4 filters. You may have 5. Just follow the same exact procedure for all the filters. Once you have all of the new filters in place, all of the new fittings in place, we're going to flush the filters. So get your service tubing, get your bucket ready, and we are going to flush the first 2 filters together, which are the sediment and pre-carbon filters. So yours may be here, yours may be here, but you're going to hook your service tubing to the outlet of the pre-carbon filter. So the arrows of the pre-carbon filter, in this case pointing up, you want to put the service tubing on the outlet, so the arrows are pointing toward the outlet of the filter. So in this case, we're going to remove this fitting, which is the outlet, attach your service tubing, put that in your bucket, then we're going to go and turn our water to the cooler back on. This will be running water through the sediment and pre-carbon filters into your bucket. Run about a gallon of water, turn your water off. remove the service tubing, reattach your fitting. You will then do exactly the same thing with the very last filter in your setup. And you will easily be able to tell the outlet of the last filter because it will be the one that is leading to the tank. So it will be going up. That will be the outlet of your last filter. So if you can't see these filters back here, which direction the arrows went, that's okay. Just follow this line and that will be the outlet. So you would take this off, reconnect your service tubing, same process. Reconnect that. Make sure all your fittings are nice and tight. See, that one was a little loose. And now you are finished.